The villainess who cares only about magic circles enters a political marriage with the crown prince to read an ancient grimoire. Episode 7. A 5-year-old strategic plan. In the quiet private study, the only sound was a feather quill moving across parchment. Scratch, 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 scratch. Its steady rhythm sounded almost like the precise operation of a machine. As Lysette sat at her desk, information from the romance novel The Lovers of Fate, which she had just finished, was being sorted inside her mind. An autumn game. A villainess. Crown Prince Louis. A route to ruin. None of those were words she could ignore. However, Lysette's greatest concern was neither condemnation nor exile.
Losing my research environment, that is the greatest problem.
If she were exiled, she would lose access to the Marquis family's library. It would also become difficult to reach the capital's bookshops or the Royal Academy's archives. She would lose her source of funding as well. In other words, her research into magic circles would stop.
That would be a problem. Very serious problem.
Lysette took a fresh sheet of parchment and wrote a title across the top in elegant letters.
Plan for preserving the research environment and avoiding future obstacles.
After a moment's thought, she added a smaller entry beneath it.
Plan for contacting Crown Prince Louis for future consideration. Probability of successful contact, unknown. Required preparation period, several years. Greatest risk, a charge of lèse-majesté.
It was a remarkably ominous project management sheet to find on a 5-year-old's desk. She added a small note beside it.
Romantic elements are reference material only. The information in the novel is not a prophecy, however the characters and circumstances match too closely. I should treat it as a risk that may occur in the future.
Lysette organized her thoughts into bullet points. It was a requirements management method she had learned in her previous life.
Objective 1, preserve my research environment. Objective 2, gain access to advanced Royal Academy texts and papers by court magicians. Supplement to Objective 2, determine the meaning of the unknown symbol. Objective 3, avoid the conditions leading to ruin described in the novel.
Everything was clear so far. The question was how to achieve it. Lysette paused her quill for only a moment, then immediately began listing possible methods.
Option 1, continue requesting additional funding from father.
Effective in the short term, but the available materials will remain limited.
Option 2, contact someone associated with the Royal Academy.
Effective, but the statements of a 5-year-old are unlikely to be trusted.
Option 3, write a letter to a court magician.
Rejected, I am still too unknown, so the letter will probably go unread.
Option 4, establish a connection with Crown Prince Louis.
Potentially effective in the future, but approaching him without preparation would be dangerous. Lysette drew a circle around option 4. Then she wrote a large note beside it.
Prerequisite proven achievements. The Crown Prince is the future king and the person closest to the center of the nation. A connection with him may open a route to the Royal Academy and the palace archives.
However, approaching him immediately would accomplish nothing. If the novel was accurate, Louis was intelligent, strongly devoted to justice, and concerned with the good of the nation. In that case, she should appeal to practical benefit rather than emotion.
If I can prove that I am useful to the nation, he will have a reason to listen to me.
Lysette continued writing.
Procedure. 1. Produce a small-scale achievement. 2. Express the results numerically. 3. Have father pass the information to the capital or to people connected with the academy. 4. Find a route through which the information may reach the Crown Prince.
In Lysette's hands, the romance novel's sweet destiny had become a formal business plan. Only the unknown symbol copied in the corner of her desk refused to fit into that plan.
Classification impossible. Purpose unknown. Connection requirements with existing formulas unknown.
That blank space was deeply unsettling. Marie would cry if she saw this. She would probably cry. Lysette added one final item.
Caution, do not treat romantic feelings as a variable. Romantic feelings. Affection points. Destined encounter.
All of them contained far too many uncertainties. Including them in the plan would be dangerous.
Good, the basic policy is now decided.
Lysette nodded with satisfaction. At that moment, my lady. A terribly unsteady voice came from behind her. When Lysette turned, she found Marie standing there as pale as a ghost, pushing a trolley laden with tea and cookies. Apparently, Marie had seen the plan over her shoulder.
Ah, Marie, your timing is perfect. I have completed the plan for my future activities. Please review it while we have tea.
My lady, I feel as though I have just seen something truly alarming. Marie's eyes were fixed on the parchment. Establish a connection with Crown Prince Louis. She sounded like a child slowly reading hiragana.
Yes, he is a possible route to the Royal Academy and the Palace Archives in the future.
A possible route. He is His Highness the Crown Prince. You cannot treat him like a road or a staircase.
Of course, he is not a road. He is a negotiating partner.
That is even worse. Marie clutched her head in both hands. This time, however, she did not immediately collapse in tears. She had learned from experience. Crying would not stop Lysette. Therefore, she should report the matter to her employer first. My lady, let us have your father review that plan as well.
I do not mind. A third-party review is valuable.
A third-party review. Marie took a deep breath and headed into the corridor. A few minutes later, her father, Cyrus, entered the room with an expression that already showed a dreadful premonition.
Lysette, I heard that you have written another plan.
Yes, it is a basic plan for preserving my research environment and avoiding future obstacles.
Those are not words I expect to hear from my 5-year-old daughter.
Even as he spoke, Cyrus lowered his eyes to the parchment. Objectives. Obstacles. Procedure. Establishing a connection with Crown Prince Louis. Do not treat romantic feelings as a variable. The farther Cyrus read, the more color drained from his face.
Lysette,
Yes,
describing His Highness the Crown Prince as a route to research materials is an extremely dangerous choice of words.
then I will revise it. A candidate for an official communication route to the center of the nation.
The wording is not the problem.
Cyrus pressed a hand to his forehead. Yet he could not reject the plan completely. Lysette was not proposing that she charge straight at the Crown Prince immediately. She would first build a record of achievement, have her father circulate the information, and seek an official connection. It was dangerous, but it was far more realistic than her earlier ideas. Before, Lysette's statements had been incomprehensible. Now, Cyrus could understand her plan. The fact that he understood it made it even more dangerous. That was even more frightening.
And what exactly do you intend to do for this achievement?
I will inspect the manor's magic circles.
Lysette answered without hesitation.
Sylvain Manor contains many utility magic circles for lighting, heating, plumbing, security barriers, and other functions. I will test them at low output and improve inefficient designs.
Wait, altering the manor's magic circles without permission would be dangerous.
I will not do anything without permission. I will obtain your approval and assign both a recorder and a safety observer. I will begin with model formulas and submit my calculations before touching a real installation.
Cyrus fell silent. From the previous incident, he knew that Lysette could document failures and isolate potential dangers. Should he stop her? Or should he allow it under supervision? As the lord of the territory, he chose the latter.
I will impose conditions.
Go ahead.
You will not touch an actual magic circle unless I or a trusted magician is present. You will submit every experimental record, and you will not touch any circle related to the manor's safety until the very end.
Those conditions are reasonable.
Lysette nodded.
Then I will begin with the lighting circles. Their results are easy to quantify. I will also check whether they contain any support structures resembling the unknown symbol.
You already intend to begin.
Yes, the sooner the better.
It was an extraordinarily confident business proposal from a 5-year-old girl. Cyrus released a deep sigh.
Who raised a daughter like this?
He did not wish to think too deeply about the answer.
I will have copies of the design plans prepared, but today you may only observe them. Experiments will wait until tomorrow or later.
Thank you, Father.
Lysette gave him a beautiful formal bow. Then she immediately pulled out another fresh sheet of parchment and began writing a title.
Sylvain Manor Magic Circle Inspection Checklist.
Marie saw it and froze in the middle of pouring the tea. My lady,
What is it, Marie?
please, at least eat one cookie before you change the world. Lysette considered the request for a moment.
Very well, replenishing sugar contributes to the brain's operating efficiency.
If that reason makes you eat it, I will gladly accept it. With a weary smile, Marie offered her the plate. And so the 5-year-old villainess, a creature of pure logic from her previous life, decided that her first step toward contacting the Crown Prince would be conquering the lighting magic circles in her own home. The next day, the heating and lighting costs of Sylvain Manor were about to face a crisis and a hope that no one yet understood. Episode 7, A 5-Year-Old Strategic Plan, The End.